Right now, the biggest topic of discussion is Arionne and what she may be planning for 2026. This is not wild speculation or rumors made up for views. It is based on patterns that have emerged from her past behavior and the way she has chosen to act publicly. The key thing that everyone has noticed is that Arionne suddenly wiped her entire social media clean. She removed every photo, every post, every story from her Instagram. When someone who is normally active online suddenly deletes everything, that is not random. It is a decision. It is a clear choice. And when a public figure makes a choice like this, it usually means something big is coming. In Arionne's case, it tells us she is preparing for a public move that she believes will change how people see her. She believes there is more to her story, something she has not yet shared, and she wants to reset the way the world views her. Scrubbing her social media suggests she wants a fresh start. Arionne's history is very public and very long. She has admitted that she was a mistress for more than 10 years. Saying that out loud changes everything. Once someone has publicly admitted something like that, you cannot take it back. You can delete posts or change captions, but the internet never forgets. Blogs, videos, news stories, and social media discussions all keep that history alive. And because that history is so widely shared, Arionne cannot erase the past by just wiping her profile. Her past follows her, and people remember it. So when she hints that she is preparing to show something big in 2026, viewers are left wondering, what has she left to reveal that is so important? The most common idea people have is that Arionne believes she will finally become Mrs. Holt, that she will get married and that this marriage will be the final chapter that justifies everything she has been through. This theory makes sense when you consider how long Arionne has stayed in this situation. People do not stay tied to something for more than a decade without thinking there is a payoff at the end. For many years, Arionne has dealt with drama, embarrassment, and public criticism. If she believed there was no reward for sticking it out, she likely would have left long ago. In this situation, many believe she sees marriage as the only outcome that would make all of those years, all of the stress, and all of the reputational damage worth it. Without that marriage, her story ends very differently. It ends as a long history filled with public arguments and unresolved issues. With marriage, she could feel vindicated, as if her struggles were worth something. People point back to Martel's personality as another reason this might be what she wants. Martel has always been competitive and cared deeply about how others see him. Even after his divorce, his actions suggest that public perception still matters to him. He wants people to think he is winning, especially when it comes to his ex-wife. In his mind, being able to show that he moved on, remarried, and found happiness would feel like a victory. That type of mindset does not disappear just because time passes. For someone like him, public image is not something you ignore. If Arionne is preparing to present herself as a calm, rebranded woman ready to be wed, scrubbing her social media fits neatly into that idea. Deleting old posts cleans up her image. It removes all the loud, messy posts that made her look reactive or emotional. What is left behind is a blank slate, calm, private, and controlled. That is usually how rebrands begin. People remove old content to create a new version of themselves, one that they want the public to see. The plan would be to walk into 2026 with a fresh image, a new storyline, and a new life. But rebranding only works when people are willing to believe in the new version. In Arionne's case, many people are not willing to. Her history is too public, too long, too loud. Even if she wipes her profile clean, that does not erase what has already been posted, talked about, or shared by countless videos and pages across the internet. Anyone who wants to find out what she used to post can find it in seconds. The past is still there, and it still defines how many people see her. So even if she walks into 2026 with a new narrative, there are limits to how much she can change public opinion. Another reason people believe marriage could be the plan is not just based on her actions, but also on the fact that Martel has been legally free to marry for years. He has been divorced for nearly 5 years now. There is no legal barrier stopping him from marrying Arionne if that was truly the goal. The courthouse doors are open. The process is simple. If marriage was really what they were working towards, it could have happened long ago. The fact that it has not happened raises serious questions about what is really going on behind the scenes. People have started using the word honest when discussing this situation. After so many years of promises, rumors, and excuses, the relationship still lacks legitimacy in the eyes of the public. And this is not because viewers are being unfair. It is because actions speak louder than words. If someone truly values you, they show it. They do not keep you hidden, delayed, and uncertain for over a decade. Actions matter, and viewers have watched years of behavior that contradicts the narrative many people want to believe. Another layer to this situation is Arionne's attempt to enter the nursing field. Getting into healthcare is serious, but in today's world, social media plays a big role in background checks. Employers do not just look at your resume, they search your name online. They look at videos, old posts, and any public information they can find. When someone's name is tied to years of public drama and controversy, that becomes a serious obstacle. Deleting posts might make her profile look clean, but it does not erase what already exists elsewhere online. Articles, videos, and posts from fans, critics, and media outlets remain available with a simple search. In professional environments like hospitals and care facilities, reputation matters. They want stability, discretion, and professionalism. Someone with a long history of public conflict and emotional outbursts can appear risky to hire, especially when working with vulnerable people. This is why many believe Arionne's social media cleanup was not just personal, but strategic. She may believe that a clean online profile will improve her chances, but the truth is that the internet never forgets. The past still exists, even if her profile looks empty. Adding to the complexity is the fact that Arionne has not completely walked away from the spotlight. She made an appearance connected to the show, which tells us she still wants relevance. She still wants visibility. She wants a seat at the table in the same world that contributed to her public reputation in the first place. This creates a contradiction. How do you rebrand privately while still chasing attention from the same world that defined you as the drama figure? You cannot fully step into a new image while still engaging with the source of your old image. This creates tension. People notice this, and viewers point out that it makes the rebrand less believable. Martel's role in all of this cannot be ignored either. He benefits from the ongoing conversation. Every rumor, theory, and reaction keeps his name circulating. In the world of reality TV and online drama, visibility equals relevance. The more people talk, the more he stays in the conversation. For him, ambiguity is useful. When things are unclear, people continue speculating. That keeps him relevant. If he were to settle things cleanly, that would close doors and stop discussions. But history shows that he does not like closed doors. He likes options, flexibility, and a public presence that keeps people guessing. The emotional cost of sticking with someone for years while waiting for validation can be heavy. It can create feelings of resentment, insecurity, and even desperation. That emotional weight often shows in public behavior. Arionne, instead of appearing confident and secure, often appears defensive and reactive. Instead of calming the conversation, she gets pulled into arguments and responses. This behavior does not align with the image of someone who is truly at peace with their choices. The belief that 2026 will be a turning point feels more like hope than certainty. Hope that time will rewrite the story. Hope that one big move will silence critics. Hope that public opinion will finally shift in her favor. But the harsh reality is that respect cannot be forced. Respect is earned through consistent, positive action. Deleting posts is not an action that builds trust. It is an action that signals avoidance. Another major issue is the idea that becoming Mrs. Holt would somehow instantly bring honor or validation. A name only means something when the behavior behind it matches that meaning. After years of public scandals, unresolved issues, and ongoing drama, a name alone does not change how people feel. Many viewers have made clear that they do not see marriage as a win in this situation. Some see it as overdue, others see it as meaningless. Meanwhile, Melody, someone connected to the same circle of drama, has clearly moved on. She is no longer emotionally tied to the chaos. That reality makes everything feel one-sided. If the goal is to make someone jealous or hurt, that loses power when the other person no longer cares. You cannot shock someone who is already detached. This is why many believe Arionne's entire plan, whatever it is, will fall flat. You cannot control public opinion or force attention when your audience is no longer interested. Viewers are tired. They have heard the story many times. They know the roles. Recycling the same drama over and over does not create excitement. It creates exhaustion. Instead of applause or renewed support, she may be met with indifference, and indifference is often harder to deal with than criticism. At the end of the day, the biggest problem is expectation versus reality. Ariana appears to believe she is owed something for her time and loyalty, but the public does not work on that system. Time invested does not guarantee a reward, especially when that time was spent in secrecy and deception. This is a hard truth that many people refuse to face, but it is a truth that plays out again and again in situations like this. If 2026 comes and Ariana does make a big appearance or announcement, it will not rewrite the past. It will simply add another chapter to her story. Whether that chapter is embarrassing, empowering, or forgotten depends entirely on the choices she makes leading up to it. So far, those choices have suggested more of the same. Cleaning social media, teasing big reveals, and leaning on speculation are not signs of growth. They are signs of someone still chasing validation. In the end, there may be nothing left to show. No engagement ring, no redemption, no applause. Just another attempt to control a narrative that has already been written by years of public behavior. Deleting posts does not delete history. Time does not automatically heal a reputation, and stepping forward in a new year does not guarantee a new outcome when the same patterns remain.